You might want to be careful with artificial intelligence and learn the risks and dangers before investing in companies like NVIDIA, Microsoft, and Meta. Why? Well, because AI has the capacity to enslave us and the ability to manipulate the human
And
brain.
it has that capacity and it can be easily misused. Oh, our reaction to AI should be to obviously encourage the democratization aspects of it and the public health, etc., but also to control against its capacity to control and disable and to give rise to totalitarian systems.
We must decentralize. And I know you, like I, am hearing people talk about their NVIDIA stonk doing so well. Yet most of them don't realize even what they're investing in. NVIDIA is $1,000 a share, but when priced against Bitcoin, it's down 89% since 2017. And one NVIDIA share in 2011 was 5 Bitcoin. Now one share is just 0.014 Bitcoin. That's down 99%, absolutely wrecked. Even when accounting for its 4-to-1 stock split in 2021, NVIDIA is down 54% since 2017 when priced in Bitcoin, and down 98.9% since 2011. And check this out, since the inception of both assets, Bitcoin is up 37,000x more than NVIDIA, and in 10 years less time. And believe me, NVIDIA isn't the only thing that's going to be going to zero against Bitcoin, and maybe the Fed knows it. Stay until the finish because we have a special announcement from Fed Chair Jay Powell that is going to shock you. I don't know, guys, probably time to focus on Bitcoin and not AI. Unless you choose poor, well, then I guess it's a free country and you can move to San Francisco.
Party, party, that party. Come and have a good time with G.O.D.
To me and many Bitcoiners, AI has a similar tone as a CBDC. That's probably why Max Kaiser doesn't like AI. Elon and RFK have both said it needs to be controlled and democratized. I say Bitcoin is needed to keep the lid on AI, to verify information in decentralized networks, or else AI becomes very dangerous. Most people really don't realize what they're investing in when it comes to AI in these companies. They just follow the news herd. And aside from that, they've all engaged in some sketchy activity, as we know about Meta, Microsoft, and Bill Gates. I think we can say are corrupt and compromised. And in looking at the numbers, I think we can see that investing in AI will certainly make you poor in Bitcoin terms. No Bitcoin, no wealth.
Well, we think Bitcoin is the highest form of property. It's the apex property in the world, and it's the best investment asset. So the end game is to acquire more Bitcoin. Whoever gets the most Bitcoin wins.
All these companies will come and go, but there's only one money that's going to go up forever. Plus, they're missing out on the opportunity cost of not being in Bitcoin and having, well, all its perks. NVIDIA will keep getting diluted from here, and funding certain AI tech is just risky for humanity. More bullish news: while your friends and family continue to ignore Bitcoin, well, 89 entities alone now own over 2.5 million Bitcoin. That's more than 12% of all Bitcoin there will ever be for the entire universe. And these sets, they're currently worth nearly $200 billion out of $900 trillion in global wealth. That's just 0.02%. And you still think it's too late to stack sats at 0.07 million? As many of you know, Bitcoin isn't a stock like NVIDIA or Microsoft or Meta. It is a global base layer monetary network, here to build a sane, truthful, prosperous society. And all your dumb shitcoins, NFTs, and shares of AI stocks do nothing to free humanity from tyranny, censorship, fraud, war, and inflation. Only Bitcoin solves these issues. You know what you need to say to all these corrupt companies that don't work for you, but they work against you? I think Whitney Webb says it best.
The way I feel about it is f these guys. I'm going to say exactly what you are and what you're doing, because I mean, if we don't, no one knows, and they win. And the whole point of what I do and what a lot of other people do is so these guys don't win, because them winning is not just the end of like human freedom, it's like the end of human existence. When you're talking about these like crazy transhumanist dudes who are like, yeah, in 100 years, humanity as we know it will be gone, and we're going to redesign you. Like, no, like, you know, we've outsourced so much of our responsibility and also our thinking to these guys, and the only way to fix that is to do the opposite.
Now, guys, before we reveal what insanely bullish future Jay Powell might have in store for us, let's take a minute to recognize our sponsors, The Bitcoin Way, your #1 stop to learn how to Bitcoin. Now, Simply Bitcoin Originals are powered by the Bitcoin Way. They are your IT team in the Bitcoin world. Understanding the why of Bitcoin sometimes isn't challenging, especially in clown world, but the how can be. And at the Bitcoin Way, they are here to help bridge that gap from setting up your first wallet and node all the way up to inheritance planning, accepting Bitcoin payments for your business, and all aspects of Bitcoin security and privacy. They even work with their clients on configuring routers, devices, and networks. Also, growing interest in UTXO management. The Bitcoin Way has got you covered. Better get ready for the new monetary order, ladies and gentlemen. A couple days ago, we showed you the AI meme of Trump, and that became very close to reality with his statements on seeking to solve the debt with Bitcoin. It really makes you wonder what old J. Powell might have up his sleeve and what may not be as far away as we might think. Now, I want you to watch this and put yourself in that imaginary foreshadowing of a moment. And after watching, share your thoughts below.
We at the Fed understand the hardship that high inflation is causing at home and around the world. We no longer believe our current path of rate hikes is a sustainable one. A global recession, a recession at home, stagflation, and high unemployment are now inevitable. We fully intend to backstop the economy with sufficient liquidity to mitigate these negative outcomes. This may come in the form of yield curve control, quantitative easing, and rate decreases. Furthermore, due to the potential failure of the debt ceiling being raised, we are coordinating with Treasury to potentially revalue certain commodity-like assets in the event that the government can no longer meet its obligations. In preparation of this outcome, the Fed has been quietly accumulating several commodity assets to secure America's future against speculators. During this time, the Fed has, in confidence, acquired a large portion of the Bitcoin supply. We at the Fed have decided to make this purchase public here today, and that we fully intend to continue making purchases of this hard, scarce, divisible, immutable asset in the coming months, as the world adjusts to a new world monetary order. We have confidence that these measures will safeguard the monetary future of our nation and usher in an era of prosperity for our children and our children's children. With that said, we do expect some pain to come as the world adjusts to this new reality. Ladies and gentlemen, I know this announcement may come as a shock to many of you, but the truth is, fiat no longer has the confidence it once had. The public is actively moving away from the American dollar and other fiat currencies into harder forms of money. Some say we should ban these new forms of immutable and decentralized currency, but to do so would be antithetical to the American spirit and the ideals of freedom and property rights we hold so dear in this land we call home. Furthermore, to enforce such a ban would require us to permanently shut down the internet and electrical grids. These are not practical measures. Therefore, we fully intend to embrace this new technology and acquire as much Bitcoin as needed for every man, woman, and child to be economically secure in this great nation. We know this is new territory for the Fed, it's new territory for all of us. But having consulted with the experts, we have concluded that Bitcoin is inevitable. It is better for us to start now.
Hey, believe it or not, that day is sooner than we think. We're all on the cusp of changing the world for the better. Don't lose focus on the task at hand, and that is separating the money from state and liberating the world from the fiat cabal. What a week it has been. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Don't miss all the latest breaking news. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, and don't miss the #1 live Bitcoin-only news show on YouTube, Simply Bitcoin Live, coming at you Monday through Friday at 12:15 Eastern Standard Time. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, set those notifications, and share the Sound Money Gospel. Give us a pump, baby. Every time you share a Simply video, a status cries. Hey, hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Catch you next time. Peace.
If you prefer to go down with the ship, fuck you.